Hello, everyone, and welcome to Past the Post. My name is Michael Adolphson, and we're in for a fantastic week of racing to cover, especially here in the UAE. We kicked things off with 8 races at HQ Meydan. The first of which was the Jumeirah Guineas Trial sponsored by DP World. This was a conditions affair for 3-year-olds over 1,600 meters on the grass and worth a $500,000. The favorite in the race was Title Roll, representing Coolmore and the Crisfords. Went to post and did not disappoint, winning by a length and a quarter over 3 Godolphin horses. Swordmaker for Said Bin Saror finished second, and then Trenmore and Pacific Appear finished third and fourth. Title Roll is a son of Too Darn Hot out of Valiant Girl and is very highly regarded. Looking forward to see what he does, especially moving forward into the actual Jumeirah Guineas.
As they swing the bend here in the Jumeirah Guineas Trial. Do's and don'ts given its head. Fire Dioro the same. Pacific Appear peels out for its run. Tranmore looking for a run in between the leading two who are tiring now. And Title Roll in the meantime has come nice past with a big burst of speed. Title Roll from Tranmore. Title Roll half a length on Tranmore. Then came Swordmaker followed by Pacific Appear. Title Roll with enough at bay here in the final part to beat off Tranmore in the Jumeirah Guineas Trial. And Title Roll goes on to win. Swordmaker's run out of its skin in second.
They went very slow early. There was no pace on at all. He got a bit lit up just the first couple of furlongs. I think maybe something bumped him, but he travelled really nicely. And actually coming into the straight, I just saw James travelling really well, and he picked up nicely. And nice performance.
The second race of the night was the Jafza Logistics Park. This was a 1,600-meter maiden for 3-year-olds and included some of the horses that we've been looking forward to kind of breaking off and hopefully showing up in a big way. And that is exactly what happened on this road to the UAE Derby, as Saloom, in his very first race, romped up, earning a 100 rating in the process. The son of Authentic is owned by the white stables of King Abdullah bin Abdulaziz and Sons of Saudi Arabia. Tygo Shea was in the saddle for Bupat Simar, and the final margin of victory was just under 7 lengths. The second choice in the race, National History, filled out that spot as well, wearing the Godolphin Blue for Charlie Appleby and William Buick, while the eye-catcher was long shot Sorry Cheyenne, who closed well from the outside, losing by 11 lengths, but looking like one who really must have got the last quarter mile fastest of all.
And Saloom eventually takes over the lead, leads by 3/4 of a length. Honest Desert is shuffled up into second position. Next there on the inside was Music Lad, followed by Petite, who's working around them for Barcelona, getting into the race. Saloom's got a few of these off and chasing. National History next. Mustaqbal drops away. Passed there by Magic Art. Then came Yamdeek, Doc Holiday, Barto, and Colsay best of the rest as they wheel the bend here. Saloom's got a big lead heading into the bend here. 400 metres left to go. And he says bye-bye at the 300-metre mark. He's got 4 lengths to up on the inside there. Music Lad, Honest Desert, National History too far away to make an inclusion. He is a horse we've been waiting to see at the races, and Saloom coming away here in the final furlong. He's put 8 lengths now on National History up into third position. Music Lad battles on for the final spot in the minors, but Saloom has won this in a cakewalk. 7 or 8 lengths on the line to National History.
Leading trainer Bupat Simar strikes for his first race of the day here. Saloom has been a project. I know he's had his gait issues. He didn't get to start last time, but I know you've been very high on him since the beginning, and he delivered today.
Yeah, he's a fabulous horse. You know, the white stables, King Abdullah and Sons, they sent us a few horses, and the pressure was on, and you know, they sent us a very good horse, and he was supposed to be running like this in his first start, but he's got his behavioral issues, and you know, my staff's worked very hard, and Shane Ryan, the starter, everybody, you know, they schooled him a lot, and I'm glad he's able to show his true potential today.
It's your first win for White Stables.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, this is my first one. It is exciting, and they're very. I'm very grateful that they sent us horses and had faith in us to train for them.
He's a horse that's got a lot of size. He showed a lot of speed for a big horse.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think he did a 9.4 second breeze or something very, very quick. So he was obviously a very nice horse. They paid a lot of money for him, and it's good to see when the faith is paid back.
Third race of the night was the Modge Stakes, sponsored by DP World. This was for 3-year-old fillies, a conditions affair over 7 furlongs on the grass, worth a $500,000. The big favorite in the race was Dance to the Music, off her Group 2 form, but indeed she was not herself on the day, as Tai Fu, bred in Denmark, trained by Soren Jensen and ridden by Oliver Wilson, who was very impressive. The daughter of Judmont International winner Japan beat out Fairy Oak, with Dance to the Music rounding out the top 3.
Miss Your Chance, as we expected, is burning them along up in front and not waiting around for anyone. 3 lengths in advance of She's Good. Dance to the Music, starting to get the roller skates on here up on the outside from Lady Garfield, working through the inside Geeser. Then came Thai Food, True Test. Next was Supreme Shine, followed there by Piana and Jalanote, the best of the rest. Miss Your Chance is giving them something to chase. She's a little wayward here at the 300-metre marker, out by 2.5 to Dance to the Music. Then came She's Good, Sweet Sunshine and Taifu giving a sight out wider. Miss Your Chance, the leader. Dance to the Music's gonna have to be very good from here. Miss Your Chance, Taifu pouncing the outside here for Oliver Wilson. Taifu from up on the outside. Fairy Oak trying. Taifu and a boil over.
Soren Jensen gets it done here. It's been a while. It's been, what, 3 years since Good Fortune? But you know how to bring the right horse here. And this horse is obviously 3 on the bounce, is doing very well.
Yeah, we tried to give it a go down here with a filly. So and she had a good performance back home in Scandinavia. But it's a different competition we're going to meet here. But she has been traveling very well down here, behaved everything. She was a little bit too keen in the paddock, but she had power enough for the race anyway.
Well, you knew she was on her toes at least and ready to run. But when you're going through the race and you're watching it, you had to be confident all the way around. You had the favor right in front of you, and your jockey basically was in a perfect position.
Yeah, we talked about it beforehand that we are quite wide, but the favorites were wide too. So if the opportunity to get there to go in the heels of some of them, that would be great. And she had a good start, and Oliver get her to settle well, and just put her behind William, and let him do the donkey work, and then get into the straight, and the other man can take it easier. And then because
she's the daughter of Japan as well, so you know she'll stretch out a little bit beyond this, right?
Yeah, she, on distance-wise, on blood, she should be around 2,000 meters. So hopefully she get well over this race, and I will be back here in 3 weeks.
Fourth race of the night was the Jafza Handicap, 85 to 105 rated sorts, over 2,000 meters, or a mile and a quarter, the course and distance of the Dubai World Cup. And this race could indeed have an effect on the Dubai World Cup field, as we saw an outstanding performance from Tap Leader in his UAE debut. The Russian champion was ridden by Pat Dobbs for Doug Watson and has been in the country for about 2.5 months, training well at Red Stables. The son of Tappet beat out Wathnan's Generous Tipper into second, himself a proper Grade 3 horse in the States. Calder set the pace. The son of Franco ran well for Suited and Booted to finish third, while Antrim, the slight favorite at 3.5 to 1, ran fourth.
As they continue the hustle, they haven't come up for air yet, the leaders, and it's Calder who's working off to the side. 1.5 lengths to Generous Tipper, who's dropped the bit now and is chasing. Antrim next, followed by next there Tap Leader, who's making a really good move out wider, but he's been sustained in that gallop for 600 metres. Ocean Viking next from El Yabri, Valdivia, Truth Explained, the best of the rest is Base Note. As they swing the bend, it's Calder and Generous Tipper who go to battle here. Antrim sticks with them along with Tap Leader. Calder getting tired. Here's Generous Tipper. Tap Leader continuing to peg away here on the outside. Generous Tipper takes over the lead from Calder. Then came Tap Leader from Antrim. It's Generous Tipper. Tap Leader coming again. Generous Tipper needs the post. Here comes Tap Leader with every stride coming over the top. He says, "Das Verdanya." Generous Tipper, away he goes. Tap Leader coming away to win the Jafza by a half length. Next though was Generous Tipper.
Doug Watson, you have to be flabbergasted after that. This horse put in a 5 furlong move. Yeah. That's fascinating for a horse. I know he was good in Russian, but he really delivered today.
He does it at home. We were going to run last weekend. I think you knew that, and we needed to get a run, and I'm glad he got up tonight. But I think he can improve off of that, and he's just a racehorse. He enjoys it. I said something to somebody the other day, like when he works very well, but then he just wants to keep going. He'll go all day. So hopefully we can come back in the third leg and show something and, level weights then. I think Generous Tipper was giving us a little weight there, but still, it's our first run in a long time. So real happy with him and real happy for the owners and you know, hopefully he can improve a little now.
He beats a nice grade 3 American horse, proper horse. And then, but the big thing I noticed is that he looked like he was getting a little tired in the end, but he just kept coming. He's got a good constitution to him.
He loves training, and I think he really likes racing too. So no, it was a neat run, and hopefully he can go forward from here.
Next up was the second feature of the day. This is the Dubai Sprint, a listed affair 1,200 meters on the straight 6-furlong course, and a direct prep for the Al-Khal Sprint for those who are willing to step up for the match. The big favorite in the race at 5-2 was Symbol of Honor for Charlie Appleby, William Buick, and Godolphin, but he never quite looked himself and lost by 4 lengths, finishing 5th to Great Wish. An impressive performance for the Bent Olsen trainee, who went off at 40-1, and Mikhail Barzalona was in the saddle. The Son of Night of Thunder was one of 2 winners for that sire on the evening. The Darley Stallion is based in Ireland at Kiplangan Stud. 2 Tribes finished second, and West Acre finished third on the 1-week wheelback.
It's Great Wish who takes the lead from Symbol of Honor, 2 Tribes. Then came Run Boy Run, Araby working through now. It's Great Wish though on the far side for Barzalona, who's got a lead of 2 lengths from 2 Tribes. Symbol of Honor, Araby, Great Wish pulling out all the sticks here. And it is Great Wish coming away from 2 Tribes in the late stages of the race. Great Wish for Bent Olsen going on to win. 2 lengths to 2 Tribes. West Acre rattled home to third.
Mikhail, you had him in a good spot there. You seem to be just in a favorable position throughout, and the only thing is you can't start with yes exactly.
Yeah, actually. I traveled very well. The question mark was, will it be fast enough to follow the main group? And he braked pretty well, and I got this position pretty easily. Didn't have to work much to get there, he stayed on very well.
He's a very good traveler. Were you surprised you didn't get more pressure early?
Well, I was happy to be in a race. I knew William James horses will go for a long way, and it was a good horse to follow. And actually, when we went across the track, and I was traveling much better than William, so maybe he may still keep going, and actually, he did very well.
The biggest race of the night was the Group 3 mile and a quarter on the grass Dubai Millennium Stakes. This is worth 700,000 dirhams and has been won by some of our best horses in the past, including the great Gaiath. The heavy favorite in the race was By the Book, representing 1 of 2 for Charlie Appleby and Godolphin, along with Arabian Light, but he indeed could not step back to a mile and a quarter from a mile and a half as effectively as they would have preferred, and indeed would lose by 5.5 lengths to be third. Arabian Light ran very well, but ran awkwardly in the lane, drifting out dramatically and losing by a nose at the wire to Fort George, wearing the famous colors of Jim and Fitri Hay. Kieran Schumacher was in the saddle for Ed Walker, who got his 2nd win of the carnival. And it's funny because the only time he's won races here is when he's not in the building.
600 metres left to go in the Dubai Millennium Stakes, and it's Miss of Change who is still leading them, but up on the outside now Fort George comes up to retake the lead again. Chabiti in behind them from By the Book, deeper out Arabian Light, Crystal Black, Al Madha is going to run along last here. Up in front is Fort George the leader, Arabian Light and By the Book trying to peg away the margin at the moment. It's Fort George in front, Arabian Light the danger, By the Book won't win. It's up on the inside, Fort George still with the lead. Arabian Light though, to the wide outside, wanting to lay right out here in the straight. They come to the line together. Fort George kicks back. Fort George maybe. Oh, that is an absolute rip snorter of a finish.
Kieran Schumacher continues his very productive carnival and UAE season. This is a horse that you obviously rode him last time. You learned a lot more about him, and obviously on this course, you really committed for home. And he showed a lot of gameness for you.
Yeah, I was really confident in him stepping up and tripping, staying it well, and he was a fraction slowly away last time out, and I found myself a row further back than ideal, and the winner got first run on us and nicked 3 off the bend, and I just felt like I was always gaining but chasing. Whereas today he was quick out, which is unlike him, and we were able to control the race slightly, and I was confident when I kicked that he was going to hit the line hard, and in fairness now I'd say Fort George didn't even see the eventual runner-up. We were that far apart, but he was very, very game when I needed him, and credit to him.
Did it surprise you at all how game he was, considering he couldn't even see the other horse, and he's still running on his own there?
He's always showed an extremely strong will to win, and he wants to do it, which really does help. And as soon as I gave him a couple of reminders, obviously we had the rail, and my persuader in the right hand, and he just kept finding for me. So a very game victory, and yeah, let's see. Look, since he's been out here, he really has been thriving, and Eloise, who's been over here with both Ed Walker's horses, has just been doing such a fabulous job, so credit to her too.
And they win when Ed's not here, so it seems to do well for him.
He must stay at home, yeah.
We go back to the dirt for the 7th race, was the DP World Logistics Handicap 80 to 100 rated sorts, 250 grand on the line, and over a mile. The big favorite in the race was the top-rated The Camden Colt for Bupat Simar and Omar Gagar, but indeed he could not quite get it done and carry the weight against these sorts, finishing 6th and losing by about 8 lengths. In the end, it was Telemark who proved grittiest of all for Simon and Ed Crisford, giving them their 2nd win of the evening. William Buick was in the saddle on this son of Night of Thunder. Mount Kosciuszko ran well in 2nd for Mikel Barcelona, while Lasso Dude, a big long shot, flew up the rail and finished 3rd under Sandra Pava for Bupat Simar. One to watch coming out of this race was Zan Voort, who had a commanding lead coming into the lane, but drifted out wide and definitely might appreciate a cutback in distance.
Zan Voort, who takes over the lead. We've seen this before. He's 4 or 5 lengths clear of Lasso Dude, Gun Carriage. Then came Telemark, the Camden Colt. Native approached the inside, followed by Mount Kosciuszko. And there as well is Force and Valor. Up in front at Zan Voort, getting tired. Lasso Dude working through. Telemark, Gun Carriage, starting to peg away the inside. It's Lasso Dude, the leader from Telemark. Mount Kosciuszko, right over the top in a nick of time. Mount Kosciuszko to Telemark. In the shadows of the post, and maybe gets there. That's a tight finish.
He's first of all, just a very tough horse. I know you harped on that a bit, but just take me through the race. You kind of had to seem to have him in a good spot and kind of time out your rally a bit.
Yeah, look, I was as placed him as forwardly as I could without being uncomfortable, you know. I didn't want to take him out of his comfort zone. You know, he's going a mile. I won over 7 furlongs here, so I had that in mind as well. So I just went with the horse, you know, where he was comfortable, and he's a horse that when he gets in his comfort zone, he takes you through the race, you know, even when he's getting kickback. So, look, he's just very tough. When he felt the second horse come to him, he found again. So, real fun horse to ride, and you know, he's going to find his level, obviously. But when you ride a horse with as much heart as he does and will to win, it's great. It's fun.
And the Raba team and the Crisfords have kind of opened these doors for you to ride a lot more dirt horses now. Are you loving it or hating it?
No, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I always say to people, I used to ride a lot on the dirt. I used to ride a lot of winners on the dirt. And it's great. Look, a lot of important races on the dirt. Long may continue.
And the last race of the evening was a handicap for 70 to 90 rated swords, 190,000 on the line to Do It By Auto Market, it was labeled, and it was over a mile on the grass. This was interesting as the favorite in the race was Ruler of Time, a 3-year-old taking on his elders and looking for a bit of class relief. He almost got it, only losing by 3/4 of a length to the Fingal Raven, a horse who has showed mighty talent in the past and finally put it all together on the right day for Jamie Osborne and his daughter Safi Osborne in the saddle. Final margin victory was 3/4 of a length with another length back to Warsox, who once again ran extremely well, improving from his 4th last time and finishing 3rd this time for Niels Peterson. He is definitely one to watch moving forward.
They swing the bend in the last here, and Ruler of Time has set sail for home up on the outside of Justino, and the 8-5 is coming into play here in the late stages of the race. Justino running on, the Fingal Raven picking up big time as well. Silent Defense, Caldero. It's Ruler of Time from the Fingal Raven up on the outside. Ruler of Time, the Fingal Raven. The Fingal Raven coming from back in the field. Gets over Ruler of Time. Late Warsox into 3rd. The Fingal Raven. The Fingal Raven's day in the sun is in the last tonight.
Let's head over to January 31st, Saturday at Jebel Ali. For the last races of January up the hill, we had 8 of them, kicking off at 1 p.m. and ending at 4:30. Every half an hour, starting off with the Purebred Arabian Porsche Cup. This is a maiden race for 1,400 meters and worth 50,000 dirhams. Makfiha and Hamad Al-Busaidi proved too hard to beat for National Stables and Halal and Tanan Al-Alawi. He beat out by a length and a half Al Muqtatar, and Balda was back in 3rd.
400 metres left to go, and it's Marcelino Rodriguez again. Butter coming to the lead here from Mo Kiefer. Over on the far side, Al Mukaita. Then came Amouage, followed by Rams NF. It's Butter, the leader, from Mo Kiefer in second. Starting to get on level terms, and over on the far side, Al Mukaita. Taking over the lead late is Mo Kiefer. Mo Kiefer coming away from Al Mukaita. Mo Kiefer coming up to the top of the straight here and taking out the first event here. It's Mo Kiefer going on to win. From Al Mukaita, second across, third was Amouage.
Second race of the afternoon was the Bin Dasmal Group Stakes, a Daim incentive race, 3-year-olds and up, thoroughbreds, 90,000 on the line over the straight 6 furlongs. This one saw Border Edge, the slight favorite, live up to that favoritism for Bupat Seymour and Tygo Shea, winning by almost 3 lengths. The 7-year-old has found his best form and is definitely pleasing his owners. Sarim Manuel in second, with Muzahem back in third, a stablemate of the winner.
It's Border Edge though. Border Edge at the 200 metre mark, who's got a good break of a few lengths. Here's Sarum starting to present with a run along with Manawish, but Border Edge has got a winning break here in the second race. Border Edge by 3 lengths to Sarum. Manawish trying to run on from the back now. Muzahim when it's all too late, but Border Edge coming away. Border Edge goes on to score here in race number 2, the margin 3. Sarum second across. Muzahim's rattled home into third position.
The horse Border Edge that you've been involved with for a bit. He's been finally kind of putting himself together this season. How exciting is it?
It's very exciting, obviously, to just have a winner anywhere, but in Jebel Ali with him, and he's ran well. He's been going very well, and as you said, just coming together. But that you couldn't have rode a race better. Jumped out well, got on the rail. The pace is all on the outside, good pace in the race, and obviously he stayed on up the hill. So I don't know, we'll enjoy this one. We'll enjoy it a lot.
Handicap well, so hopefully he can stay in these conditions, maybe get another win out of the season for you.
Exactly, get 78 now, and hopefully he'll be good to us and keep us under the 85 mark, and we'll get one more hopefully, at least.
And you've been involved in a few decent horses. Obviously, Flame of Sunshine's been a nice filly for you as well. I mean, how exciting is it to have decent horses here with Bupat? And also, how many do you have right now?
We have 3 now. Father Rome has been a good servant to us. He won last year. He's doing okay. Flame of Sunshine's a lovely addition. No, she's a lovely filly. She's done very well. Tough as nails, keeps running her races, brings us to Meydan and Jebel Ali all the time, so it's very good. But we've 3 of them, and with Bupat and Caroline and the team there in Thai, you couldn't be in a better yard, you couldn't be looked after better, and they're on fire, they're flying it. So here's the next 3 months, roll it on, yeah.
Not a bad day to spend a Saturday afternoon, are you?
No.
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah.
Third race of the day was the Irish Race Day Stakes, 1,200 meters up the hill, and this was for 3-year-olds looking to sort of break out and show what they can do, and especially those horses who are a little bit late developing. Of those, Ishtiel has shown plenty of talent and became the 3rd impressive son of McKinsey to run well here up the hill this season. Richard Mullen was in the saddle for Musaba Al-Mahari, who also finished 3rd with Law of Pharaohs. Between them was Mudim for the home team of His Highness Sheikh Ahmed. Ishtiel was a bargain purchase as a yearling at Fasig Tipton's October yearling sale.
Up in front, Ishtia, who takes over the lead from Mudim in second. Musical Rose third up on the outside, and next was Law of Pharaohs. Then came in behind them Murham, followed by Jadlan, and best of the rest was Brembar Boy. It's Ishtia the one to chase. Up in front now by a length. Chasing hard is Mudim down the centre of the course. Ishtia, though, still with enough at bay from Mudim, who's starting to close. Ishtia from Mudim. Ishtia still with 2.5 to 3 lengths. Ishtia coming away. Ishtia in the final stages is coming away for a nice win. Ishtia by 3 lengths beats home Mudim into second. Third across was Law of Pharaohs.
The feature race of the day was the 4th race at Jebel Ali, the Taste of Calder Cup. This was a direct prep for, in 2 weeks' time, the Jebel Ali Sprint. And that is indeed where winner Billy Webster is going to go after gritting out a nice win here over Donde Fermo, Vespasian, Rasas, and Raban, with only 2.25 lengths separating the top 5 out of the 7 horses. Patrick Dobbs was in the saddle on the son of Profitable, who found his form back nicely, winning his 3rd race at Jebel Ali. Doug Watson trains, and he was over the moon for the victory for Akaram Stables.
It's Rasas, the leader, at the bottom of the hill, 250 metres left to go. Raba now starting to present the near side with Billy Webster. They look the 2 on the outside. Donde Fermo sticks on the rail. It's Billy Webster who takes over from Donde Fermo. Billy Webster taking over late. Billy Webster coming away to win it. Billy Webster half a length to Donde Fermo.
It's been a little tough for us this year. He was doing so well at the beginning of the year. Probably brought him over here first time. like his trainer, a little heavy. And anyway, he
You both lightened up.
yeah, we both lightened up a little bit, but and then he just wasn't using himself as well. He looked great in, you know, trotting off and everything, but he just wasn't using himself, and there had to be something there. His work wasn't as good as last year, and we did some work on him in the sacroiliac, and that's just turned him inside out over the last 6 weeks. So great to see a guy named Dylan gets on him every day and does a really nice job with him, and his last 2 works were just like it was last year. When he wasn't, he was a little sore last year too when he came over. You know, been running in Europe all year, but you know, hopefully get a good positive charge out of that for him and realize he can do it again, and we'll take a shot at the Jebel Ali Sprint in 2 weeks.
The 5th race of the afternoon was the Gainey Quay Nutrition International Stakes, a handicap 70 to 95 rated sorts worth $100,000, and over the stamina-sapping, undulating, tight-turned 1,950 meters. XL Power for Salim Bigader and Bernardo Pinheiro went to the front turning for home and could not be caught, winning by nearly 5 lengths over Will Scarlett and Nam Freak.
It's Kibo Masaki trying to do it on both ends at the bottom of the hill here. La Resh comes up to attempt to run down the leader here. Will Scarlett presents as well from Excel Power. Secret Manor going up and down in the 1 spot for now. Nam Frick was next. It's Kibo Masaki sticking on. Excel Power, Will Scarlett coming up the hill as well together. It's Excel Power the outside from Will Scarlett. Excel Power! Excel Power's left them in his wake here in the late part of the race. Excel Power coming away from Will Scarlett, Nam Frick and Kibo Masaki. Will fight it out for 4th with Secret Manor, but Excel Power by 5 lengths.
A second 3-year-old affair was on that afternoon, this one a little more exciting as it was a conditions affair full of a couple of winners, including Omaha Front, who went to the front when it mattered most in the final 1/8 of a mile up the hill and won by just over 1.5 lengths over Select. Ordep, the stablemate of the winner, finished well in 3rd, with another stablemate back in 4th, Ashwan. The son of Omaha Front has won his past 2 and now will head to the Al-Bastakia.
It's Omaha Front and Salit. They fight it out as they make their way up the rise here. Ordep into 3rd position from Ashwan. Then came Mr. Hyro. Salit the leader. Omaha Front the outside, getting the better late though. Omaha Front coming past Ordep up to 2nd from Salit. It's Omaha Front coming away from Salit. Omaha Front with a length at bay to Salit and Ordep, and Omaha Front comes away to win it. Omaha Front photo 2nd.
The 7th race of the night was the Irish Thoroughbred Marketing Stakes, a Daim incentive race. This was a handicap 0 to 80 rated thoroughbreds, 86,000 on the line, over the mile with that tight 2-ball corner. Devoir's Choice gave leading trainer Bhupat Simar another win on the week, this one for Ty Gaucher, giving him a double. Muntasser tried to double up on wins, speaking of doubles, but could not get it done for Akbar bin Harmish with Sam Hitchcott in the saddle, losing by a 1/2 length. Gold Spur was back in 3rd.
Up in front, it is Roadblock. National Bank getting through. Military Artist in the meantime has presented well from Marwoob, and Muntasir out wider starts to run on also. It's Military Artist from Muntasir. National Bank the far side. It is Military Artist, a narrow leader from National Bank. Muntasir picking up though. Then came Devoir's Choice from Sudden Ambush. It's Muntasir with the 62 kilos. Trying to hold them off at the moment. Devoir's Choice looks the danger. Muntasir from Devoir's Choice. Devoir's Choice picking up over the top. Devoir's Choice comes away to win it.
Your second win of the day. This is a horse that was very determined up the 3 path on the outside. Just take us through the run. It seemed like you were kind of tracking the right horse in Muntasser.
Yes, it was a lot of pace on, so we had a good gate. So just at the boot this morning. He's a horse that likes to be just, you know, fiddle around with him and kind of, you know, he likes being around horses and poking away through. So the setup was great. They went a nice gallop and just as you said, pick the right ones to follow through. And I said I'd have one go at him inside the furlong pole, and I had a very good willing partner, and it's Uplands Thoroughbred Syndicate. They're very successful in the UK, but it's their first UAE winner, so privileged to ride that for them.
And for you, just touching on the season so far, I see you creeping up the standings slowly. And I know when you get eagle-eyed on something and determined, you definitely usually get there. How are you feeling about the standings right now?
Yeah, look, listen to you say, I've had a good couple of weeks. A bit of a sore fashion Friday. Could have done with 1 or 2 of those. 4-timer of Bupits, but the yard are in great form, and listen, I'm lacking a little bit numbers in Arabians. Sylvester he's in the prime position, and Bernardo has a lot of Arabians to ride as well, but we'll let them sleep at night. We're not going away anywhere just yet.
And the final race of the afternoon, the 4:30, was the maiden for 4-year-olds and up thoroughbreds, 72,000 on the line, also over that tight turned mile. Falzinas and Victorious Forever Racing got an overdue victory, this time with National Interest, Audrey de Vries in the saddle, beating out La Yatel by just over a length. Just Another Dance was back in third.
Up in front, it's National Interest by 2 lengths here to La Yatel. La Yatel trying to reel in National Interest, who's showing plenty of ticker up in front. At the 200-metre mark, it's National Interest a couple of lengths at bay to La Yatel. Then came next in running Just Another Dance. It's National Interest. He's all out up in front here. La Yatel, though, making some inroads late. This is going to be an interesting finish. National Interest, La Yatel, there's your winner. The Flying Dutchman's on the board.
Now let's head over to Al-Ain for 9 races to complete the week of racing. First up, we had a Purebred Arabian handicap worth 70,000 over 2,000 meters. This is 4-year-olds and upward, 0 to 70 rated, and was won by Muhir Alain. Sandro Peva got another Arabian victory on the year, this one for Gudair Al Mansouri. He won by 3/4 of a length over Wahaj, and Mobadir was another 7 lengths back in third.
Down the straight at the 200-metre mark, Wahaj is getting up to Mubir Alain. Mubir Alain still with an advantage for Sandro Paiva. Mubir Alain coming away here late from Wahaj, who's trying again. Mubir Alain, though, has enough at bay, and Mubir Alain comes away to win a half length.
The second race of the evening was a maiden for 4-year-olds and up, Purebred Arabian, 70,000 on the line, over 9 furlongs, just moving that gate 1 furlong in. And was won by one of the top stables in the land, Yas Racing, Sarim. Got it done for Eric Legree and Case El Boussaidi. Winning by 4 lengths, he beat out Muzaffar Dumalnau and Monte Cristo back in third.
Sarum coming past the 250-metre marker. He's out by 4 or 5 lengths to Muzaffar de Monlau. Then came Shan. Next was Monte Cristo, Yarmouk and Zawan de Miraval. But away goes Sarum. Sarum coming into the final 100 metres is clear by 4 or 5 lengths and goes on to win easy.
Third race of the night was a 0 to 75 rated Purebred Arabian affair, 70,000 on the line, over 9 furlongs. This one saw A.B. Tahan and Ray Dawson give another victory to top Arabian trainer Ibrahim Al-Hadrami. He won by just under a half length, beating out Al-Mohim for Ernst Ertel, with Jawar back in third, also from the Hadrami barn.
It's A.B. Tahan and Al Mohib. They go together here. Al Mohib, a narrow leader. A.B. Tahan gets up to its eye line now. Asyaf next from Jawar. A.B. Tahan has to grind here to get ahead of Al Mohib, who's still got the nose in front in the final stages. A.B. Tahan digging in late, and A.B. Tahan will win it. A.B. Tahan a neck to Al Mohib.
Next up, we had a maiden affair for 4-year-old fillies and mares, Purebred Arabians, 40,000 on the line, over a mile. Saw Yas Racing get its second win of the evening, this time for Eric Lamartinel and Sylvester de Sousa. Winning by a half length, she beat out A.R. Shad and Lubna, who also came under the Yas Racing banner.
A.R. Shard comes back to the inside here and ducks across to the running rail. It's Yassat the leader. 150 to go from A.R. Shard, who's getting himself beat here tonight. Yassat from A.R. Shard, 100 metres left to go. Yassat pulling out all the sticks. A.R. Shard is something beaten. Yassat goes on to win by half a length.
Fifth race of the afternoon was a maiden, also for 4-year-olds and up. This was a split affair from the previous run, and saw A.S. Madden win well under Samuel Legree. The daughter of Basak Al-Khalidia beat out Jaziat Al-Hosen and Hayat Al-Shahania. The final margin of victory was a half length.
Jaziat Al-Hosen from A.S. Medine, who starts to present with a run here at the 200-metre mark. A.S. Medine starting to run well here. Jaziat Al-Hosen still in for the fight. It's A.S. Medine from Jaziat Al-Hosen. A.S. Medine wanting to get a little wayward on the late stages of the race, but A.S. Medine comes away to win. Goes on to score for Al-Ain Stud by maybe the shorter side of a half length.
Sixth race of the night was a handicap for 82-100 rated Purebred Arabians over 80,000 and 7 furlong distance, and saw Yas Racing continue its big week with another victory and a 1-2 finish as Amar beat out Radar Al-Wathba into second. Sylvester de Sousa was aboard for Majid Al-Johori, the winning trainer. The final margin of victory was a half length with another 4.5 lengths back to Kif Star.
Up in front again, it's Amar de Sousa trying to hold them all at bay. It's Amar the leader from up on the outside, Radad Al-Wathba. Radad Al-Wathba closing on Amar. Amar needs the post. He needs the post badly. Lahib Al-Wathba tries and misses. Amar will stave them off.
Seventh race was a maiden, Purebred Arabian, 70,000 on the line over these straight 5 furlongs, always an exciting distance over at Al-Ain. This saw at last for Hamid Al-Marar give another victory on the season for Bernardo Pinheiro, who's had a top season himself. Khattab was back in second for Yas Racing, while Nasi was in third.
Atlas from next there was Khattab, followed by Yas Al Ghabir and Nasi. Atlas on tired legs at the 200 metres. The danger looming is Khattab. Atlas into the final 100 metres, still with a couple of lengths at bay here, and comes away to win it. Atlas, a classy debut winner, goes all the way to score for Pinheiro by 4 lengths.
The 8th race of the afternoon was a 0-70 rated purebred Arabian Fair, 40,000 on line, also over that 1,000-meter straight distance. Ibrahim Al-Hadrami, always good with those Arabian sprinters in particular, got another victory on the day. This was Jubran and Ray Dawson in the saddle, winning by a quarter of a length over Al-Kabir. Ahazij was back in third.
Shamus the leader from over on the near side now. Al-Kabir starting to present along with TS Arizona, and also out wider was Ayan and Mothel, and Jubran taking over the lead. The center of the course is Al-Kabir. Al-Kabir from Jubran. Jubran lunging. Jubran!
And last but not least, the last race of the week in the UAE. Race 9, this was a handicap 0-70 rated purebred Arabians, 40,000 on line, over that straight 5 furlongs as well. Al-Zafi, always a useful sort, won again. The 8-year-old Bernardo Pinheiro got another victory on the day, this time for Hamid Al-Marar. King de Villette was back in second for Sultan Hashri, while Munir for Yas Racing rounded out the top 3.
Al-Zafi at the 200-metre marker from King de Violettes, and over on the far side as well, getting home well was Arseer. It's Al-Zafi though. Al-Zafi into the near side here, continuing to run on as well was Munir, but it's Al-Zafi. Al-Zafi comes away to win it. Al-Zafi by 3 lengths to King de Violettes.
Now let's look at the championship standings. Yas Racing leads all owners at this point, 29 victories. 18 victories for Sheikh Ahmed, and then we have Godolphin with 10, His Highness Sheikh Hamdan with 9, and Al Layth Racing with 8. Among the trainers, Bhupat Simar continues his top-class season and is closing in on 10 million dirhams in prize money and a 13.6 strike rate with 32 victories. Ibrahim Al-Hadrami has 27, not quite going away yet. Musab Al-Mahari has 21, Michael Costa has 16, and Salah Bigadir continues to creep up with 12. Right below them is Doug Watson, 8-time champion trainer, with 11. And among the jockeys, Sylvester de Sousa maintains his lead at this point, 32 victories over 29 for Bernardo Pinheiro. Tygo Shea is also creeping up. Our 12-time champion jockey now has 27 and is definitely not out of reach. Richie Mellon has 23, continuing a huge year for him, while Ray Dawson has 22. Let's look at what's coming up this week. On Friday, the 6th at Meydan, we have a nice set of races for you, including the Lord Clitters Handicap, 350,000 dirhams on the line, and a conditions affair for 3-year-olds on the grass, also worth that 350,000 dirhams. We go to Abu Dhabi for the biggest race of the weekend, and the biggest new race in the entire season. This is the Abu Dhabi Gold Cup. This is a listed affair worth $1 million or 3.67 million dirhams. This is for 4-year-olds and upward over a mile on that turf course. Very exciting international field coming together. Also, the Arabian Triple Crown Round 1 is that day, as well as the Group 2 Liwa Oasis and the Group 1 Al Anud Classic over 2,200 meters. And the last race day of the week is at Al-Ain on Sunday. We have 7 races to go to post, including a rated maiden. We thank you for tuning in and hope to see you here next week on Past the Post. My name is Michael A. Dawson, and may all your photo finishes be winning ones.